owners, I'm sure you guys have missed us. We've been gone for like 2 weeks now. We're sorry for last week's upload. Unfortunately, if you guys saw, we lost power in Texas, ourselves included. We had to boil water at one point. We're back like in the Stone Ages, I don't know. But anyways, we are back with an episode, which is going to be kind of a different episode. We're going to be putting like a montage, not a montage, like a whole bunch of our old clips together. But it's going to, our voices are going to be overlaid from it. So we're basically just going to be talking about how much it's going to cost to pretty much replicate this build, how much we have invested into the car, the ease of install for all the different products and actually where we bought them from. We can explain how many times we get questions on where we get these products from, what do we have on the car, what do we have installed,
how do you install
it, and hopefully this will be the best explanation and I can just send this out to people when they ask a question. Hopefully it answers any Alfa owners that are trying to build out their car, you know, where some reputable companies and places to purchase some things.
That's a good idea, to drop the websites or companies and stuff.
It's okay, I just thought of all that, but alright.
I'm helping.
You said, wow, great idea. It's okay, I planned out this whole video and told you.
Well, you drive it like a crazy person.
What? I don't drive it, nothing like that.
That's where my $40 goes to, or our $40 goes to.
Might as well we're on the topic of ruining the car. So, I don't know how to put this. So, you guys have been giving a lot of support, a lot of likes, a lot of comments, and we get like new subscribers every day, which we greatly appreciate. You just crossed us over the 200 mark. As much love as we get the same amount of hate.
Seriously.
I'm getting yelled at in Italian. For what?
We have to like Google Translate your comments because we obviously don't speak Italian.
I like to start with saying this is not even a prime vehicle for us. We drive it because we like to drive it, but like we have other cars. I have other vehicles to drive. This is not my main vehicle. We just want.
This is my vehicle.
Yeah, and she doesn't even drive anywhere. But basically what I'm saying is we like to modify our cars. People that like purists that love the Alfa brand, they think we're doing a disservice to it.
Oh my god, they hate us.
Using it, or listen, I love the Alfa too. I love it as much as you guys. But Jesus, I am gonna modify it, and I'm sorry, but I'm gonna keep modifying it. So if you guys love the content for the Alfa, make sure you outweigh the negative dislikes. If you go through some of my videos, or at least the higher number videos, it's like a dislike here, dislike there. As this is a compilation of all our other videos, if you have time, go show some support on all the other videos that we've made.
Okay.
Our first video ever is like the spoiler install. We're gonna jump into that one right now, but that one is like...
It's not that bad. I've seen
some bad videos on YouTube.
Right?
We'll start with what we paid for the actual car.
Yes.
So we paid $18,500 for the car, not including tax, title, licensing, and our down payment, nothing like that. That was just the base price of the car. They were asking, I think, like $20,000 for the car. It came, and we said, hey, we already have financing approved, all that good stuff. You don't need to do anything. We just, want the vehicle at, this price point. There are some things that were wrong with the car, not like it was in a car accident or anything like that. The light was out, so we had them fix that. Little things, little minor things. But anyways, we use that to our advantage when we're negotiating the price. So we got it down to $18,500. I haven't really seen that many in that price point. They usually have a little bit higher mileage. When you get down to that price point, this one I think had like 20,000 miles or so when we first got it. Fairly good price point for an Alfa. This is a base model that you're not getting any crazy features in here. There's no heated steering wheel, nothing like that. As much as we would love all that, again, this car gets driven like not even, I mean, we're only at, okay, we kind of put a lot of miles on it. But, we put about 10,000 miles since a year of owning it, which is about average. So, and that's because the Supra's been out for a year, obviously. I will still say from the get-go that this is the best bang. I'd rather drive this over a Honda Civic any day of the week. Sure. We can address the JD Power results that came back, and the reliability was a little rough. The report came out, and we landed right up there with Land Rover, Range Rover, which is fair but harsh. Into the transparency of owning an Alfa, you will run into some pestering things like sometimes infotainment center and things like that. Everything has been fixed for us. Everything for whatever reason or another is under warranty, but it is still annoying, so I can see why I got a low rating. But as far as mechanically and driving, I haven't ran into any issues. This is my second Alfa, and I've never been stranded by my Alfa. I've never been like, oh my god, my car's not going to work and I don't know what I'm going to do. I've never had that issue, not once. So I don't think that JD Power was so fair. But you know, hey, it is what it is. You get 300 horsepower, a good looking car. Even if you get something like with all-wheel drive, I totally recommend this car. Totally recommend the Alfa brand, and I will stand by it until they no longer sell them in the US. Yeah, so we're gonna go through the list of all the eBay parts that we've bought, and yes, we bought stuff from eBay. Oh my gosh, kill me. It is, some of them are rough.
There's nothing wrong with eBay.
Some people hate eBay parts.
Really?
Yeah, they're like, oh, look at eBay parts. All right.
Or like cheap stuff.
Yeah. Oh, you got it from China. Oh, sorry, man, I'm cheap. So some of the eBay parts for sure weren't worth it.
No.
The first part. What's the first part? Because I think
so
the first
one
right
is
now.
the spoiler, and we paid $138.69, and that was purchased from eBay.
Yep, that one we get a lot of questions. I've seen people even ask in like the Facebook groups about these spoilers. I think as long as you're paying somewhere in the $120 to $130 range, even $160 range, you're gonna get a pretty good quality carbon fiber spoiler. I don't think you're gonna get cheaped out on them. They come with tape already. Some of them do, some of them don't. You may have to reapply. The ease of install on this one's like a 1. You just remove the tape, you slap it on, make sure it's lined up. If you do it wrong, take it back off and retry again. Well, with that being said, there are more expensive options on there. There's obviously the OEM option where you can get it bolted in and so forth. Me personally, I'm gonna go cheaper on this one. I'm not gonna spend the money. A lot of people are running the eBay spoilers, Amazon spoilers, and they work terrific. I wouldn't go and spend something on OEM.
It looks great. I mean, it hasn't budged since we put it on.
I think somebody on our first or second video, I don't remember which video, was like, it's an Alpha, why don't you spend the money? Listen, I spent 18 grand on the car. I'm not gonna spend
we can start a GoFundMe.
I'm not gonna spend now like $500 on a spoiler, $600 on the spoiler. It doesn't make sense for me. eBay spoiler,
yeah,
completely worth it. $138. eBay, Amazon, it doesn't really matter the seller. We're gonna link where we got ours from, but any of them work if you can get one even a little bit cheaper.
So the second eBay thing is the coin holder. We spent $11.92.
Okay, yeah, that one is not, we have a video of it, but we never posted a video of it. It's these little things over here. I don't know if you can see them, but these little things right here that go, like right now you don't have like, it's just kind of like a door handle. You put these in there and holds coins and stuff. I put my trash in here, so it's very useful. Best
I know you put your trash in there.
Well, it's a good $11 to spend.
I should probably take them out so you can leave your trash in
That
there.
one's like a 1 or a 0 to install. You just pop it in, and
Yeah.
that was it.
The third thing we bought from eBay is the front V. Now we spent $38.53, but
let's group them in together. So we have the front V grill with the Emblem cover.
So the Emblem cover was $14.03.
What, like 50-60 bucks for both of them combined? So pay 50-60 bucks for both of them. The Emblem cover that actually goes over the Emblem that's in carbon, worth it. Great stuff.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
The V. Some people have hated that video too. I'm sorry. Yes, we installed the carbon V. I don't know if they gave us this to level 1 or what they gave it. It didn't fit. Clearly didn't fit. So we had to like cut it. People hated that video. They were like, "Oh my god, what are you doing? You clearly don't know what you're doing. Buy the real thing." Blah, blah, blah. But yeah, so at the end of the day, it was what did we spend on it?
For the V alone, it's $38.53.
We're gonna send it back to China because that's where it came from. It took forever to get here. I was gonna send it back to China to get it back. This is a budget build, so I wasn't gonna send it back just to, you know, that made no sense. So basically, I just said, I'm gonna see if I can make it work. I made it work. It's still on the car today. If you go through any of our Instagram posts, the black V that you see on there, the carbon, the full thing, it's there.
Yeah.
You can't see it. So,
but I do recommend spending a little bit more money if you don't have the patience like we did, because it took like a couple, like 2 days, right?
Yeah, seriously. Technically, the ease of install for this one is like a 9 if you do it our way. In this instance, I'll say don't go eBay, or if you do go eBay, go a higher end of eBay.
Yeah, or make sure you're getting the correct one, or you know what I mean? Like
honestly, even take it to a vinyl wrap shop, just vinyl wrap it, you know, black if you want to buy. If you're really set on carbon like we were, then I would just say spend the extra money to get a better quality one, something that you know is going to fit. I'll also put in a few links down below of some other companies that I've heard good things from.
Yeah.
I've never purchased from them. Go more. It's not worth it.
For that one specifically, that one was a struggle.
Yeah.
So the next one is the quad rear bumper. We spent $210.
I thought we got that pretty cheap. It's an OEM quadrifoglio rear valance, a rear diffuser, if you will. So we got it to clip in certain points. Obviously it doesn't fit. I was gonna chop it and blah 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 and try to make it work. difficulty to install, 8 or 9, 10, I don't know. We're still kind of figuring it out. So technically for Alfa, there's 3 bumpers. There's the base, there's the TI, and then there's a quadrifoglio bumper. Super annoying that the Alfa did that. I can see from like the base or like the base to a quadrifoglio, but I don't see the reason for going anything past that. We just said forget it. We bought the TI bumper, like that's a full bumper and rear valance together. That cost us what, $351.81. $351.81. We don't know, it hasn't got here yet. Once we get it here, we'll obviously make a video of that. The only bad thing is we don't know if the paint matches 100%, so you may have to do some paint matching.
But we don't know yet, so stay tuned until we get that bumper. In total, for all eBay parts, is $554.98. That's just for eBay though, because we still have a different section to go over for this part.
So this section is going to be a little different. If you guys don't know, I know we've mentioned it in videos in the past. A good buddy of mine, his name's Will. He was turning in his lease, if you will, and he had a lot of aftermarket parts. I messaged him, say, hey, are you gonna buy out your Alfa, or what are you gonna do with these aftermarket parts? He's like, no man, I really don't know what to do with them. I'll sell it to you all in bulk. We paid $17.50, and that's with shipping. He has a company, so the shipping was pretty easy on his part, but $17.50 with shipping to our door, with a load of parts that we're gonna go through right now. Really good deal on our part, and it helped Will end up buying his Evo that he was looking for, so worked out for all of us. But also we have to spend what was it, 600 and...
So it was $645.95 for the remap.
$645.95 for the remap. So we had to buy the remap as well. That was to unlock credits and remap the car. So that was an additional cost, but still overall, very good price point. This part we're going to go through on how much it's going to cost to buy this brand new, and then the ease of install for this. And then at the end of this clip, we'll go ahead and give you guys a total cost it would cost you to rebuild this and how much we actually spent and everything. So I'll give you the difference between those two.
So Eurocompulsion throttle control, we knew is $279.
I still recommend that this is like your first upgrade. It's a really good price for a really good product. Eurocompulsion technically has had 2 versions. I have like technically, I think it was like, I don't know if it's called their Reputable, I don't know what it's called anymore, but their version 1 of the throttle control, that is like a 2 to install because we got to use, so it's really all just a plug and play. But the new version, I FaceTimed with a few different people because they thought we had the same product. I think I'm an expert at installing the version 2 now. I strongly recommend that you read the directions. That turns into like a what, like a 4 to install.
It was a 4.
Yeah, it's not really hard, but it is hard in the aspect of if you don't read the directions, you will never install it right. So highly encourage you to read the directions, and you'll be golden.
So the next thing we got in our bundle was the V2 intake. New, it's $459.99.
Yeah, the V2 intake, really good. I don't know if we say this at all, but a huge shout out to Eurocompulsion and all the support they've given us. When we bought the V2, we got the V2 in the package, but we needed to rebuy the version 1 of it because it got cut up. And Eurocompulsion ended up sending out a whole new unit because we got it in Tiffany blue versus the red that we had. So huge shout out to them, huge support that they give us, and they were always commenting on our videos. So huge shout out to Eurocompulsion.
Yep. So the V2 intake, we rated that 4 out of 10. The V1 intake is where we rated that a 6 out of 10 because that was a little bit more difficult to install. Yeah,
V2 is really easy. You have like 2 10mm that are really annoying. Other than that, pretty easy install. The V1 is what's a pain. Technically, I think you're supposed to reuse the clamp on one of the points, and we kind of go through it in the video. It was super annoying. I just broke it off because I was tired of dealing with it. So that, yeah, and then we went to AutoZone, had to buy a new one. So I in my video I say you should just buy one just in case. You're gonna most likely need it.
Yeah.
But that's the only reason it was difficult. By all means, it's very doable yourself. You don't have to take it anywhere to install these products. No. The V1, V2, especially with the directions that they provide, are very helpful, very detailed, and it should be a very simplistic install if you follow it step by step.
Yeah. So the next thing we got is a Remus Exhaust with carbon tips. New is $1,492.
You can get cheaper versions of the Remus Exhaust. Price point that we're quoting with the $1,492, that's with the carbon tips. I think it's like almost like $1,000 if you don't get the carbon tips, but none, and you just use the OEM little fake tips.
Yeah.
But yeah, $1,492. The ease of install, if you've ever installed an exhaust before, This is easy. There was one pestering bolt that Jose ended up running into because he was helping me with the install.
We have this rated as a 5.
Yeah, it's like a midway point. Even if you've done an exhaust, it's still kind of tedious. If you haven't done an exhaust, it's going to be really tedious.
So the next thing is a Eurocompulsion tune. New is $999.95. Now we rated this as a 7 just because
it's scary.
It's scary to see your car just fall apart.
Deleting. Yeah, that one's a 7, $999, and then we did have to buy again the remaps, and then we had to buy the unlock credits. The 7 out of 10 rating. It's not hard at all, but it is scary seeing deleting. It is scary, like just like not knowing, like, hey, what am I doing?
And if you don't do something by the book, you can easily mess it up.
We won't mess it up forever, but like you're gonna have to restart the whole process over again, and like you
it's a very long process.
Your check engine light is on. For me, I'm not used to like doing anything like that. Tuning, like in my Supra, it's gonna be tuned by Tay. Like I don't do that type of stuff. So the next thing we got was the OZ racing wheels. Those came out to what brand new?
$1,405.
So that's not including the like tires. That's not including like mounting belt, anything like that. We don't have the prices on all that. Will had them re-sprayed in bulk racing blue, so that's a cool touch. And then maintenance in the car for the whole year, we haven't had to pay for anything in the car. I think we're coming up on our 40,000 miles service, but the only thing we've spent to the car was the one oil change. So that's it, which was $100 and what?
$130.
$130, so not too bad.
So to replicate the build, it'll cost you $4,356.95, potential tax and shipping. We've saved about $1,960.99 even.
Nice. So total invested amount is $21,790. That's like everything. That's with the 2 rear bumpers. That's with all the mistakes. That's literally everything included. $21,000. So that's all the parts that we have installed on the vehicle. Obviously, we're going to install more parts, and I'm sure we'll do a part 2 to this, but this is just everything that I have installed currently. And I know a ton of people ask us, these are some of the main parts that people either start with or things that they're thinking about. So we figured we'd make a video, and hopefully this explains as much as it possibly can. Thank you guys for watching another one of our videos. Obviously, this is where we're going to end it. If you're not subscribed, highly recommend you subscribing. Again, you guys just crossed over to the 200 mark. We're extremely appreciative and extremely grateful for that. And we look to making more content for you all. We'll see you guys next week on Monday. I think we're going to be posting a short this week, so stay tuned for that as well.
Yeah.
We're gonna jump right into the video.
I'm gonna jump in.
Alright, that was and Disney Channel.
Wait, is it like this? Oh, they do the circle, huh? No, there's no circle.
What fucking show were you watching? The knockout version? Big fucking circles in yours?
No, then they like go like this and they loop around.
What?
Well, I'm gonna.
You watching?
Hold on, I'm pulling up the Disney Channel right now.
She's from El Paso, so she probably was like watching.
We had Disney Channel, okay?
The Mexican knockout. it's on Mickey Mouse.
Stop it!
They just draw the 2 circles and a happy mouse.
Damn, that's fucked up.